Hello and welcome. Welcome back. This is Goddess Redemption, and today I'm covering Amber Guyger. We should all remember this case. Maybe you didn't know, but she appealed after all that hugging and crying. And as you can see, it did not work. It did not work. It's so ironic that the video that I have loading right now, I think it's already up, talking about the true cost of gun ownership. But this was an entirely different case because this was a police officer. They have access to training that civilians do not have. Okay? Us civilians, we go pay $300-$500 here, go pay some more money here, go pay this, go get this insurance, go do that, go do this. And if this was us as a civilian, you know, with a pretty good lawyer, we still would probably have to do time because a life has been lost. Restitution, you got to do that time. Or whatever. I don't think a civilian would have gotten as much time as her because they're holding her up to a higher standard, which I feel is appropriate. This case was something else now because you had all types of, you had some theories, you had little different things going on. I never could understand this case because of the mat. That doormat. I never could figure that out. I said, how did she go somewhere and look down and not notice that she at the wrong house? That just was super strange to me. And to this day, you can't make me wrap my brain around that. I understand, you know, when you live in these subdivisions, some folks, everybody's house kind of look the same. These little cookie cutter houses, they just build up, right? All of the houses look the same and you may be a little faded. And you're at the wrong door. But even in that state, I just don't get it. And you cannot pay me to wrap my brain around this situation. It was so tragic. It was so tragic. That area, I Googled and looked, Google Earthed and, you know, looked at all the area when the case was going on. I didn't have a YouTube channel then, so I wasn't commenting or covering or reacting to anything back then. I was just consuming content like everybody else on here at the time. But I still went off on my own because I was just a little curious. That was a pretty nice area, y'all. And you just imagine just doing what you're supposed to do. Chilling out. You know. Sometimes you think in your mind, well, you know, you sow evil and you get evil back and you reap what you sow, which is true. And in your mind you think, well, you know, only horrible stuff happens to bad guys, right? You know, if you out here in the streets and you doing all of this horrible stuff, robbing and killing folks, and if something come up and happen to you, you like, well, this is your consequences. But we forget about innocent folks. We forget about those stray bullets. We forget about accidental discharge. We forget about just different things going on when you have a firearm. It's the same thing like when you give somebody some money and some power. That firearm in the wrong hands, inexperienced, incompetent, aggressive, angry folks. The other case was with that man and he got convicted too. That man that shot up the other man over the parking space. He trying to defend, you know, he like telling the man, look, you're not gonna talk to my girl like that. And so this man is a coward. You know, he didn't want those hands, because you know you don't need it. If someone is aggressing you, right, another man is aggressing you with no weapon, Everybody was like, well, he had the right to shoot him. You don't have the right to shoot nobody over no words. You don't. Somebody call you old BH, stupid, your mama, daddy, your uncle. That does not give you the right to shoot nobody. And that man died right in front of his family. And they got his behind too. I don't forgot what his name was. But this here, baby, go sit down and do that time. Get to braiding some hair like Martha Stewart did. You know, start thinking up what you gonna do when you get out. And I doubt that she'll do the entire 10 years. She'll be out soon. I guess she was trying to get out sooner than that. Overturn it. Overturn it for what? I understand when you in the system, you got convicted. You know, sometimes, you know, they tell you to do this and that, appeal this and do that or whatever. I would only appeal something if I felt like it was wrong. I don't understand how she feel like she got the wrong sentence in judging. She feel like she should be able to walk scot-free. She feel like she should be able to live her life. She should just be able to come out and say, oops. No, boo-boo. And thankfully, the appeals court shared those same sentiments. They said, no, baby, go sit your behind down. Go sit it down, baby. You're going to have to come out and figure out what you're going to do. You need to sit in that cell and figure out what you're going to pursue. Because even though you may have a felony, criminal record or whatever, you're going to have to figure out what business you're going to start, what you're going to do, who name you're going to put stuff in, what, you know, how you going to live and what you're going to do when you come out. You're going to go live with your parents. What you going to do, baby? Because you know you ain't going to be the police no more. You ain't never going to be able to carry a weapon no more either. Right? So, in a split second, I've never been that sleepy. I've never been that sleepy. I've never been that tired. I don't understand how she didn't see that mat. And I personally think she should have got more time than that. It was fishy. This one was a fishy one. They had a lot of different theories floating around on the internet. And, you know, people were saying that they had a relationship. People were saying all types of stuff. And y'all, do you know that the witness, in your mind, you thought that the witness was testifying against her. But if you listen to him, that witness said that he accidentally went to the wrong apartment one time too. He said he got off on the wrong floor too. So technically he was testifying on her behalf. And y'all, he is no longer with us. And they say that was a drug deal gone bad. I don't know if they caught the people. Maybe I'll go dig that up and dig that one up too, since it's we doing Texas Day. I'm kind of scared to touch Texas and Florida because there's no shortage of stories from Texas and Florida. And it was one I covered with the woman who went on a chase on her tractor. She joined some type of parade. Then the police trying to stop her. Now she riding off on a tractor. And when I saw the video footage of her, the woman had like purple hair. She was like an old woman though, with purple hair. I was like, whoa. Then you flip over to Florida. It's always something going on in Florida. Maybe I'll cover that. But I know y'all remember this witness. Y'all may have thought that the witness was testifying, giving information that would help convict her. But no, technically his testimony may have helped her get a more lenient sentence. You know, they framed it as a mistake. Because he's sitting up, yeah, I got off on the wrong floor and went to the wrong house before too. And that may have helped her case. But he came up dead. They say it was a drug deal gone bad, but you know, something fishy. This entire case was fishy. It was something weird and fishy. But even if you go with the narrative that they had, it was an accident. Okay, well, baby, if it was an accident, just because you say oops, doesn't mean that you don't get no consequences, baby. You have to have some consequences. If I go right now, even if I'm defending my home, and a stray bullet goes somewhere and hurts and injures somebody else, I am responsible for their medical bills. I am responsible for whatever lawsuits or whatever they're going to put on me. Okay? It's too many folks trying to get out of accountability. It sucks. But sometimes you just have to say, hey, you know what? I was wrong. I apologize. What can I do to make it right? The state of Texas said, stay your ass in jail. Now, I think she has another level to go up. I think she can go all the way up to Supreme Court, maybe. I don't know if she's, will do this. We'll see in the coming weeks if she files anything. But as it stands, she got to stay her behind in that jail. There's consequences, baby, for your actions. Consequences. I remember cussing at somebody and hollering and cussing at them, and I was angry about something else, but they said something and I flipped out on them. And this whole situation could have gotten ugly if that person's mindset was murderous or evil. And they said, hey, I didn't do nothing to you. And when saying it like that, it snapped me out of it. And I said, you right. Right then and there. But sometimes people can't snap out of it. And then sometimes the other person is evil and murderous. And you just in the evil, murderous moment. This person is evil and murderous to the bone. And they'll kill you. They don't care about no consequences, no accountability, no police, no jail time or nothing. They be in jail doing push-ups, waiting on to get out and do it again. You got to leave folks alone, but you also have to be accountable. This is the biggest thing I'm telling folks. Please protect yourself, but just don't be going out here willy-nilly getting the gun, thinking that you just gonna be Rambo around here. You have to practice with that firearm. You are now, you're either a blessing or a curse with that firearm. You could be a blessing if you know how to use it. You can protect yourself. You can protect others. You can be a curse if you have no idea what you're doing with that firearm and you are aggressive and crazy and you don't have control of your emotions. You will be a curse to somebody, yourself and other people around you. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like or dislike or whatever you're going to do. But tell me what you think about this situation. Did you follow it? Do you think that this is fair? Just let me know what you think. And as always, thank you so much for listening.